Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new Breakout Solutions live stream. I'm your host, Matt Batira, here with you today on this fine, beautiful day from the Gold Coast. I see we've got a couple of people in the chat. Let me know, where are you at? Where are you from? Where are you logging in from? And whilst you guys are doing that, let's dive straight into the chart. So another week has closed in the Bitcoin chart. And this morning, I sent out a video actually to our community saying, hey, look, guys, I was pretty bearish. Things are looking a little bit ugly. And I sort of want to cover that with you guys and where I think Bitcoin could go down to if we see a bit of a breakdown. So let's dive into the charts a little bit deeper. I drew a couple of trend lines, and it looks like that Bitcoin could be in this descending wedge, which is usually a bullish pattern, but it does need to have a couple more touches, at least 3 touches on the bottom side, and at least 3 sort of touches on the upside to really for the pattern to be a pattern, so to speak. And on top of that, if we actually do zoom in a little bit deeper, we actually also have a couple of different patterns here. I guess we can say we have this symmetrical triangle, right? We've got a little symmetrical triangle here that's been forming for quite a little bit of time. And this means we could stay in this shape for a little bit longer before we see a break up to the upside or to the downside. On top of that, it's a little bit of an ugly looking head and shoulders, but yeah, we do have a prominent left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So yes, this can work as a head and shoulders. And if this was to play out, I guess the technical target way for people that do trade shapes is around $40,000, which coincidentally is also, I believe, a golden pocket. Yep, there you go. So we've got the golden pocket down here, the 786, the target of the head and shoulders if we do have a breakdown, or even if it is a breakdown, or even if it is a target for the symmetrical triangle, you take the same measurement. Now to the upside, there is probably only 1 or 2 zones that I'm looking at right now. We've got the golden pocket above, and if I create a quick fixed range profile so you guys can see where the most amount of Bitcoin is being traded in this sideways consolidation period, is you can see that we're right now at the point of control, right? So we did drop down. Looks like this could have been maybe a fake out to move us to the upside. That's why this morning I was a little bit bearish, because this was going to complete the head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so this morning there was this wick down, we got support, and I was just waiting to see if we were going to get support. We have been supported, but still things do look a little bit bearish. Now let me show you why I think things are a little bit bearish. I'm going on to the daily time frame, and I'm using one of my main indicators, which is Market Cipher B. Okay, now Market Cipher B has this really cool indicator within the indicator, which is this money flow. All right, so this wave right here, this green wave, is called money flow, and money flows in and out of the market. All right, so money flows in, that makes prices go up because increase in volume, and money flow comes out of the market when people are selling. We've got a comment here from Sacramento, California. G'day, Facebook user, welcome from Sacramento, California. Now, when we see this wave being the red, that usually means we're seeing liquidity come out, and we normally see a fall in the price action. So let me get my little drawing tool here. When we're in the red, we tend to see prices dropping, okay? And when we're in the green or moving to the upside, we'll see prices go upwards, okay? So now that the money flow is moving to the downside, all right, so now that it is actually moving, what did I just do there? Let me just remove that. Let me get that. Where did it go? That's all right. So now that we're seeing money move to the downside, I do think that possibly if we cannot break back above this point of control of 42,700, Bitcoin is just going to roll over and have this really slow death. Now, if we do have this slow death and we do come lower, there are a couple of interesting areas that I'd like to look at. And I've already pointed them out with this with these blue box, but I'm going to tell you one more important zone that's actually a little bit higher than these 3 that you should actually look out for. Now, the reason for these 3 zones is because a lot of people would have seen Bitcoin be really bullish through this entire rise up, and a lot of people that trade derivatives would have been longing. Now, every time we continuously push higher, it is normal for a trader to start increasing or moving their stop loss up. A stop loss basically means, hey, if the price comes to this price point, you close my trade in a profit or a loss. Now, if people have been long in Bitcoin all through here or all through here, this entire zone, what happens is people, in order to preserve their capital, or if there's any huge death wicks that come down, they want to just move their stop loss up, and they usually move it just below important lows. So we can see where we've got an important low here, an important low here, an important low here, which means we've got a fair bit of liquidity in these areas for Bitcoin to come and grab in order to move to the upside. Now we need liquidity because a lot of the time people don't want to go into an asset that's just continuously gone up, right? Bitcoin has basically gone up, seen a little bit of a pullback, but a lot of capital is waiting on the sideline because they know, hey, this is a little bit overextended. I want it to come back before I put my capital in. And that's what people do, right? Because people are smart, people take profits, and all these dips that you see, people taking profit from their assets, or people getting scared and selling at a loss because they think it's going to zero. So basically what we have here is, I think we have a couple of bearish signs. I do want to see obviously lower personally, because I feel like I'm like anyone else. I've been working these last few months whilst we've seen this entire uprise, and I want to cut another chance to either buy some Bitcoin or some altcoins. I do want to see this price come back down. So I do think these are three important targets that you can look at for a bounce with Bitcoin. Yes, it does mean we would obviously fall out of this wedge. That's why this last buy zone just below 38,500 is also a very important and interesting zone. The reason it's an important zone is because as price comes down here, this being the previous low, a lot of people think once we break this low that we are going to capitulate and we're just going to go straight down, right? Because Bitcoin does have a history of once it moves fast, it can move very, very fast, all right? And a couple of previous scenarios of this is any of these huge cascading moves, right? So right here, think about this right here. We had support, and as soon as it breaks that support, we tend to get that cascading effect. But sometimes we get these fake outs. These are called swing failure patterns, okay? Like here. See here? I expect something very similar to here, possibly go up here. We broke down, we broke below the previous low. So there was a lot of people selling, going, oh, we're going to zero, we're coming back down to these prices. So if I sell here, I'll just buy back lower. This creates a lot of liquidity for market makers, and they shoot the asset in the opposite direction. Okay, so I think something like this could actually happen right here, and that's what I am hoping for as one of the best buy the dip case scenarios, where we just break 38,500, grab a fair bit of liquidity, move to the upside, and create this nice, beautiful W-shaped pattern, which is another tradable pattern that a lot of traders look at. Alternatively, we have just one huge, collapse. All of the people that were long here, they get liquidated. We come and grab all this liquidity down here, all the way down to $33,000, and then we have a quick recovery back to the upside, like we did back here. See this quick recovery once you break some support, like so. So this is on a daily candle. Okay, let me just zoom in to give you guys. So once we break that support, you grab all this liquidity. Look, this was close to this was a $5,000 candle, 28,706. That's what the day opened at, and then 23,500. Okay, but by the time the candle closed, the price of Bitcoin already came back up $3,000, so 13%. It had a 13%. Okay, so it dumped down and came right back up 13%. So we could see something very similar here with this price action, where we break down past the $38,000. Okay, so we have a quick wick down here and come back up and maybe close above this zone. And if we did that, even from this price point, $33,000, you're looking at a 20% push back to the upside. So Bitcoin could move that much when we see this huge drop, because there's going to be a lot of buy orders down here of people that feel like they've missed the boat. Guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching today's stream. If you like today's content, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. And be safe out there. Put some limit orders below current price. Let them get filled, dollar cost average into your positions, and you're going to see huge, amazing growth over the next 12 to 18 months. I'm Matt from Breakout Solutions. Catch you on the next stream. Bye for now.